Alright, in this video I'm going to show how to disassemble and repair a Braun S7 Flex 360, I think is the full model name of this thing. I didn't find any videos online, so I figured I'd post one myself. Additionally, so in my case, when I got the shaver, or I guess what happened to the shaver is it was working fine until one day I hit the power button, it buzzed for like a split second, and then it stopped working. And you can see it's in this state here where absolutely nothing shows up on the screen here. If you look online, there's like a travel lock function or some sort of lock function that you get by holding the button. There's also recommendations about resetting it by holding the power button. That doesn't work for this problem. So if you have that same problem, I can give you a tip on how to temporarily or maybe even permanently fix it. But even if you have any other problem, this video will show you how to fully disassemble the unit. It's actually really easy to do. So what you're going to need, there's two little Torx sizes that you need. First one that you're going to mostly use is the T8 Torx. And then there's also two more bolts inside that are T6. You do need both of them. Unfortunately, it's not going to come apart if you only have one of the two. And then last, I've got a replacement motherboard here. That's going to be the fix for my unit. But you might need other parts for whatever you're disassembling it for. I guess the last thing, I do have the charger plugged in to an outlet. That's going to be important to kind of get this thing back alive once you replace the battery. I guess one thing to note about my broken one here, so if I plug it in, it doesn't come on at all, and that's kind of how you know it's this fault. All right, so I'm going to start with the first screw that's in the base here. That's the first screw you're going to want to undo, and we're starting with the Torx T8. Once that screw is out, the outer case just slides off. It's actually really easy to do. No clips, nothing like that. It should just slide right off. Once you're inside, there's 5 more screws. So the lower 2 screws and then the top screw are all going to be the T8. And then these last 2 middle screws are going to be the T6 screws. So I'll start by taking out the T8 screws. All the different kind of screws are different, so just keep track of things. The shortest one that we got was the first screw. These kind of middle length ones go around and are the 3 screws in this section, and then those last 2 screws are the longest screws you'll see. So this is the T6. Taking out these last 2 screws. Now with all the screws out, we can actually basically just pull out everything that's inside the waterproof case. It just kind of comes straight out here. It's not the smoothest, it's not nearly as smooth as the handle. It does kind of require a little bit of a pop, but it really is just a straight pull. So I'm just going to grab the shaver head and it just pulls right out. There we go. So we can put that aside as well, that part of the case. Inside the shaver here, it's actually pretty simple as far as what you're going to want to replace. You got the battery, you got the motor. I don't know how to replace the motor, so you'd have to figure that one out. And then you've got the motherboard here, and it all just kind of pops out. So the battery itself, you can just pull it out just like any other AA. It's actually same size as a AA, but it is a lithium-ion battery. They call that size 14500. So this one's a Sanyo CHUR 14500 AC, if you wanted to replace that. Mine's doing fine, so I'm not going to replace that. And then this motherboard, it actually is just kind of clipped on a little bit. it does just pop off if you give it a little push. And it really is that easy. My motherboard here has slightly been modified. Yours will look a little different, and you'll see that on the new one. That's just because I was poking around trying to fix it before outright buying a new one. So this is actually what a proper motherboard looks like. Just compared to this one, I pulled off this black foam here. The foam is just to prevent the LEDs from bleeding from one area to the other. Anyway, don't worry about it too much. There's a front and a back side. The front side has the buttons on it, of course. And then top bottom wise, the buttons go towards kind of the top. I mean, if you just kind of look at it, they go where they're supposed to go. So new motherboard, it's really as easy as just popping it on. So we can drop that on right like that. That's all it takes. The battery, so just need to make sure that you got it in the correct orientation. You can see the plus sign on mine. The plus side is the side with the nub, and then the kind of flat side is the negative side. And then there is a small plus sign written on the actual battery holder plastic, if you ever need to refer to that. But yeah, anyway, you put plus side towards the end of the shaver. Pop that in. You'll find that when you first pop it in, it's not going to work just yet. That's normal. You basically have to plug in the shaver at least once for it to kind of come out of a sleep mode. All right, so we're going to pop it all temporarily together just to get the power charger going on it. Again, button side towards the buttons, slide it in, and then a little bit of a press towards the button side to pop it in the last bit. Now that's fully in, and then I'm going to slide the handle on. The only reason to put the handle on is that you can't put the charger in backwards. And then I'm going to grab my charger. And we're going to put that in. All right, and there it immediately comes on. That's what we're trying to see. And you should be able to find that it turns on just fine as well. With the charger not installed, works just fine again. So I'm going to take it back apart just a little bit, and we're going to put the screws all back in. So just as a reminder, the upper two screws are the long screws, the lower two screws are the shorter of the three screws, and then the last screw is going to go in the back. All right, and the last screw in the back. And that's it. How to fully fix the shaver. Really easy stuff. It's nice design, really easy to take apart. I guess I mentioned that I was trying to explore how to fix that issue where it doesn't come on. On mine, it looks like, I don't know if they had like counterfeit parts or whatever. There's some sort of minor electrical defect. If you have the same thing where it doesn't want to come on, there is kind of a small hack that I figured out that you can do. There's a terminal right here on the front side. So this is the side with the buttons. Right at the bottom, there's the two locations where the charger will go in, and then this one's where the battery is. You can, if you just temporarily short out between, there's a small pad here, and any one of these pads that are attached to the battery, so there's kind of 3 in a row. If you just short between those, you could use like a paper clip or small wire or really anything. If you short between those just for like a split second, it'll actually make the shaver come back on. I didn't actually use it after doing that. I knew there must be a way to get it to turn on from the outside, kind of like using the charger there, and basically ended up frying my board while I was trying to get that figured out. So anyway, if you have the issue where no lights turn on, and even after you plug it in the charger, still no lights come on, then you could try just shorting between there and there. Anyway, it definitely works, at least for a little bit, but I didn't really test it out long term. So anyway, hope all this helps somebody with their shaver. It's a nice shaver. Yeah, and it sucks to have to throw them out after just like a year or two. See you later.